All right, what's good, y'all? What's good? We live for another one. It's been a while since I've done a live. Um, like I've said before, I get real nervous doing these, and I got to remember to look this way. I got a new setup, um, but I like to get on here and chat with y'all. We got the new year coming up, which I'm super excited about. I have a lot of big things planned. Just want to get on here, answer y'all's questions, and just hang out and vibe with y'all. So let me know in the chat where y'all at, where y'all from. Where are you viewing from? Let me know. Let me know you in here. All right, I see. Let me know if this audio is good, y'all. Can somebody give me a thumbs up if this audio is good, just so I know, um, and I'm not going on with the rest of the show and the audio is messed up. So if somebody could just leave a thumbs up and let me know that the audio is good, I would greatly appreciate it. Let's get to this chat. Okay. Vince Howard already has a question. Appreciate you, Vince, for coming through. He said, "Do you have a tutorial for accepting payment on Shootproof?" No, I do not. I do have. I think that's a tutorial for something else in my starter kit, but that could be a video that I make. It's really not that hard. So maybe I could make like a little short video and send it to you, or something like that. It's Shootproof is pretty simple for the most part, but yeah, I'll do a whole video about Shootproof. We got Mikhail. Hopefully I said that right. He said, What's up, man? Thanks for coming through." Um, Love Tank Label. What's up? What's up? Thanks for coming through. Viewing from Detroit. That's what's up. Emilio from Houston, Texas. That's what's up. I'm from College Station, man, so I'm not that far from you. Mikhail, am I saying that right? Hopefully I'm saying it right. If I'm not, let me know. He's viewing from Las Vegas, Nevada. That is what's up. Uh, is it Quinn? Hopefully I'm saying that right. She said the audio is good. I appreciate you for coming through. Um, Tegan, thanks for coming through. We got East Orange, New Jersey in the building. Uh, Quinn from Raleigh, NC. I was actually stationed in Jacksonville, North Carolina. I used to go to Raleigh sometimes, so I know a little bit about that area. We got Justin in the building. He said the audio is good. Um, Mikhail said, as an amateur photographer, how much should I charge my clients? That's a great question. You know what? That's one of the most asked questions that I get is like, it's always pricing related, and I need to make a whole video about that. Like, pricing is it's so hard to figure out, and there's so many different routes you could take as far as like how you can structure your pricing, and kind of just developing your pricing model. Like, everybody's different, but as far as charging it's hard to answer this question because I feel like it depends on so many different things. Like, what type of shoot is it? How much are you trying to make? Um, it's just a lot of different elements when it comes to pricing. So if you could be more specific on what type of shoot is it an event, just a portrait session? Because I don't charge the same for a just a senior session, and then if I have a wedding, like, those are completely different. So it really depends. We got Howard in the building, Tampa, Florida. That's what's up. Um, she said it's Queen. I apologize. I apologize. Um, Justin from Memphis. That's what's up. Thanks for coming through, all y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Um, like I said, man, I just like to get on here and chat with y'all. We're just gonna be hanging out, having a good time. I got me a little Smirnoff. I don't drink heavy. Just trying to loosen up, have a good time. C. Houston, thanks for coming through. She said, "Do you have a strategy for booking clients consistently?" Man, y'all coming in with some fire questions. A strategy for booking clients consistently. Like I've said before, booking clients is one of the hardest things when it comes to, any photographer. Like, it's hard to do that consistently. Honestly, it takes a lot of time. But it really comes down to booking people. It comes down to your marketing plays a big role in it. Like, see, a lot of people struggle to book clients because they don't even have a marketing strategy or plan in place, or they just don't market, or they don't really know how to market to get themselves out there to get noticed, which is one part of booking a client. Like, can you get noticed first? Like, what are you doing to get yourself out there? So that's the first part. After that, it really comes into, like, I would say, like, your branding and your messaging. Like, does it speak directly to that client? And to the point to where, they're like, this is the photographer for me. And when I say that, part of that could be your website. Like, does it speak directly to that client? So there's two parts, right? Okay, let's say your branding and your messaging aligns with that client. Now they inquire. Now it comes down to sales. Do you know how to effectively sell yourself and show your value? So it's a lot of different parts. So hopefully that kind of answers your question. Olivia, thanks for coming through. She said, how do you work around retouching while learning how to retouch and use Photoshop? I'll be 100% honest with you. I don't really edit too much anymore. I just outsource it because I don't enjoy editing like I used to, and it takes a lot of time that I could spend on other stuff. So I just outsource a lot of my editing. Um, so I really can't answer that because I haven't edited in a long time. Um, Mikhail said just a portrait session. Like I said, it's a lot of different moving parts when it comes to pricing. Like, even like, what do you feel comfortable with? Like, you have so many like educators, and everybody has their own opinion, and they say you should like never charge a low price, or you have to charge high prices and things like that. But it's like, how can you even do that if you're not comfortable with where you're at skill wise? Like, you have to be comfortable, excuse me, with saying that price to a client, right? If you're not comfortable with the prices that you're giving to a client, it's gonna show. For example, let's say you do consultations and you talk to clients on the phone. If you're not comfortable with that price and you're not confident in it, they're gonna be able to feel that, right? So, that's another part that goes into pricing. Like, what do you feel comfortable with charging? And you have to be honest with yourself. Are you a new photographer? If you're a new photographer, you're probably not going to be charging like $900 for a portrait session because you're brand new. You don't have a lot of work to show. So it depends on a lot of different things. So yeah, I would have to make a whole video for that. Howard said, how should you make a Facebook group or Discord? That's a good question. So I've never made a Facebook group. Um, I do know photographers that use that in their marketing. So they make a specific group to market their services in that group, right? Um, and honestly, too, with the group, that's a great strategy because you have you have qualified leads in that group. Like, they sign up for the group because they're interested. So let's say you're I don't know, a headshot photographer. You make a Facebook group about, I don't know, just giving away like branding and business tips, right? That would be something that your clients will be interested in. So I think that's a great marketing strategy to develop a group, and then market to that group. But I've never made a Facebook group, so I can't. Uh, oh, he said you should make a Facebook group or Discord. I did not see that. So Howard knows what he's talking about. That is a good thing to do for sure. So we got a lot of questions. Once again, I appreciate all y'all for coming through. If y'all could just drop a like if you're here, you vibe with me, you like the content I've been putting out, it's helped you in any kind of way. Just drop a like on this live. It's gonna help. It's gonna help YouTube push this video out to more people. So I would greatly appreciate that. Um, and like I said, this is a live call-in show. So if you want to get on live and chat with me and send me your question live, you can do that. I'm going to put my link in the chat. So if you want to join live for me to answer your question, you can do that. I'm putting it in the chat right now. So I want to see if anybody's brave enough to get on here live and chat with me. All right, moving on. Vince said, Monroe, Louisiana. Thanks, bro. I'm still giving out thumb drives and would like to start into charging for prints. Do you or have you ever charged for digital separately? Yeah, so that's mainly our pricing model now. For the most part, that's what we do. We just give digitals, the prints and things like that. That's something additional in their gallery that they can purchase. Like I said, I'm gonna make a whole video about pricing and different like methods you could do, because some people, they really are heavy on the print thing. Like they don't even give away digitals, or you have to like buy the print to get the digital. So it's a lot of different things. But I think if you're starting out, I think just do, if that's what you want to do, you could just do digitals with an online gallery like Shootproof. You could do prints. Um, with the prints, you have to really like market that and talk about it. You can't just have it in the gallery and expect people to, buy the prints. You have to educate them and let them know about it. That's what I've noticed when it comes to the prints. Mikhail said, "What do you think about shooting in aperture priority as a portrait photographer?" Honestly, I never really shoot in aperture priority. I'm a manual guy. I like to control everything. Now, some photographers do shoot in aperture priority and they love it. It really depends on. I don't like just saying you have to do this, or you should just do this thing just because I do it. Right? You got to do what feels right to you. What works for you? What works for me may not work for you. Right? The way that I charge clients, you may charge your clients differently. Everything in photography is about what works for you and what you really like doing. So you got to figure that out. But I mean, it's fine if you want to shoot an aperture priority. That's fine. Queen said, "Currently, I'm a mobile photographer shooting with an iPhone 12. Oh, that's what's up. What is a good starter camera? Great question, Queen. I say a good starter camera for me personally. I like the Sony A6000 series. I feel like if you're just getting a camera for the first time, you can't go wrong with any of those cameras. I mean, like the Sony A6000, 6300, the Sony A6400. That's what I'm shooting on right now. Those are all great starter cameras. Now, if you want to go full frame, and I'm saying Sony because that's what I use, so I can't really speak on other cameras. Um, you got the A7 II. I mean, it's pretty good value. If you have more money, you could go A7 III, which is what I use, which is a great camera. But you don't have to go crazy expensive um, when you're just starting out. I would look into the Sony A6000 series. Emilio said, "Do you have experience with family photo shoots? How do you deal with crying children?" That's a great question. I love that question. We actually started out doing family photography. Um, we don't do it as much. We still do it from time to time. Now, as far as crying children, it is a challenge. I would say that's the biggest challenge when doing family photography is the kids, dealing with the kids, especially if it's a big family with a lot of kids. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. But when they're crying, you just got to kind of let them just get it out. I guess you can't like force them and continue to just try to pose them and do things when they're in that state and they're just crying and stuff. So I feel like just let them cry, take a break, just stop shooting, let them cry, let the mom or dad try to, stop them from crying and then get back into shooting. So something I do with family shoots to kind of combat that is I get a lot of pictures up front of the kids. So as soon as we start the shoot, I'm making that a priority to get a lot of pictures of the kids because I know later on they're gonna get tired of the shoot, start crying and stuff like that. Vince said, "How do you make your price sheet?" Great question. So you could do that with something like Canva, which is free. They even have templates that you can go off of, which makes it easy. You can also purchase like price sheet templates from like Etsy. So they already have like the design. You just have to fill in your text and your prices. Excuse me. Um, Lastly, what you could do, this is something else I do. You can make a hidden page on your website, and that could be your price sheet. Now, I like this one because you're keeping them on your website. So instead of just sending them the PDF, you're just kind of keeping them on the website. So I like that idea too. Olivia said, I said her name right. Thank you. I'm always messing up people's names, so I'm glad I said it right. Mikhail said true. Um, Queen said, as a beginner photographer, should you charge a base price or buy the hour for a session? That's a great question. Once again, it's no wrong or right. You can do whatever you want to do, right? If you want a pricing model of just the base price, you can do that, right? If you want a pricing model of charging by the hour, you can do that. Now, I don't really, unless it's an event, I don't do the by hour thing, right? I really don't even pit like time when I have like the sessions listed and what's included. I don't really even pit time. I'll talk about it with the client, but from experience when I first started, that just kind of messed me up, always putting a time on things. So I just like to factor in everything within my price. So that's, taxes, what I want to make. You have to have goals when it comes to pricing. What do you want to make yearly? Um, Editing, especially if I'm outsourcing, I'm factoring that into my prices, right? I don't know, maybe I have products within my packages. I have to factor that in. Um, it's a lot of different elements. Like I said, as far as the pricing, y'all, I'm gonna have to make a whole video about that because it's a lot of different stuff. Mikhail said that makes sense. Um, Mikhail said, "What do you think about the Canon RP? You think it's good for portraits and weddings? That's what I have. I've heard the Canon RP is pretty good. The only time I've ever shot with Canon is when I had the Canon M50, and I wasn't using that for professional work. That was more so for like YouTube and Instagram. But I ended up selling that for the Sony A6400, and that's just mainly for like content creation. But I mean, here's the thing about cameras, y'all. Any camera is a good camera for the most part. Um, I don't want to lie to y'all. I don't want to hype stuff up. Like any camera is a good camera. It's really about the person using the camera. Like, do you understand your settings? Do you understand how to use the camera? Right? You can have a great camera and not understand how to use it. So it don't even matter that it's specced out and have 42 megapixels, extreme low light, because you don't know how to use it, right? So it's really about your skill and knowing um the settings of your camera, what they mean, and what your camera can handle. Jonathan, what's up, bro? Thanks for coming through. He said, besides being able to print bigger pictures or crop more, is there an advantage to having a 45 megapixel camera versus a 24 megapixel camera? That's a great question, man. For print, it does matter for print, especially if you're printing out big type images, right? Other than that, I don't think it matters, man. I really don't think it matters. With a lot of this stuff with cameras, it's really hard to see a difference in stuff unless you just like pixel peeping or you looking up close, right? For example, with my full frame Sony A7 III, comparing that to my Sony A6400, for the most part, the photos is not a huge difference, right? Unless I'm just pixel peeping. So I don't think it makes a big difference. Jonathan said, "Love the content." By the way, I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. Love Tank Label said, how long would you say a session should last? 20, 30 minutes? That's a great question. I love these questions, man. These are some great questions, y'all, that I think a lot of people have these same questions. As far as me, it used to take me longer. Like I used to take longer with my sessions. Now they're more so quick because I know what I'm doing. I already know what I need. And once I get it, that's it. Like I don't waste a lot of time. Um, on average for like shooting during a session, that usually lasts me, if it's a portrait session, about 40 minutes, 30 minutes if I'm being super fast. So it and I say, and that's just the shooting portion, because I may take time in the beginning. Just me and my wife, we just like to connect with our clients, talk to them and stuff like that. So we're doing a lot of talking and engaging with them and different things like that. So overall, the whole session could be about an hour, maybe even longer. But the actual shooting part probably takes about 30 minutes. No flavor imaging. Thanks for coming through. He said, I usually shoot outdoors. It's getting cold and I don't have a studio. What would you do in this situation? That's a great question. Hold on 1 second. These are really good, by the way. Can y'all see that? Supposed to focus on it, but it's a Smirnoff Ice screwdriver. I don't drink heavy, nothing like that, but just something light. But these are pretty good. That's a great question. So we shoot indoors. Like we'll do it in the living room, but for the most part, we're shooting in the garage. Now, other things you could do, you could always rent out like that. They usually have places for rent that you can rent out to shoot. This is what a lot of photographers do. And when I'm not talking about studios, they also have studios that you can rent out. They usually have that in most areas for the most part, or just like offices and things like that you can rent out. But me personally, I just shoot indoors in the house or in the garage. Queen said, thank you. Oh, no problem. No problem. Thanks for coming through. C. Houston said, are you full time? If so, when and how did you make that decision? So I am not full time. I've always said I wanted to be a full time photographer. It's stuff I've even talked about on the channel, but I don't know. We'll see where the future goes. We'll see. I'm enjoying photography still. I still love it, but I used to think about this so much, like, oh, I want to be full time. I gotta be full time. I gotta be full time. I gotta be full time. But now I don't really think about that. Like that doesn't define me as a photographer. I think that's why I used to think like that. I thought that to be, I guess, labeled as a great photographer or a great business person or whatever, that I had to be full time, which is far from true. Maybe that's not your goal, So as time goes on, things change. So we'll see. Olivia said, what is your basic lighting setup when doing portraits as a beginner and now when indoors and outdoors? That's a great question. So I shoot a lot of off-camera flash. And matter of fact, I got to plug my course that's coming out. So for those of you who don't know, I have a course, off-camera flash course coming out around the beginning of next year. I've been pretty busy, so I may push it to like February or March or something like that. But this is going to be for beginners. So y'all know when I explain stuff, I like to go deep into it step by step. If you're been using Flash for a while, it's probably you're gonna be like, I know this information. But if you're a beginner who wants step by step everything you need to know about using Flash, this course is going to cover it. So I have the wait list in my description. Waitlist members will get access to bonus content. So if you and other things that I'm not going to talk about right now, but if you want to join that wait list, it's in the description. All right, back to these comments. So a basic lighting setup when doing portraits, I'm mainly shooting outdoors. So, that would just be one light, which would probably be my 8200. If I want more power, then I'll go 8400, which is a bigger, stronger strobe. And I'm using just a simple softbox. It doesn't have to be huge. Sometimes I'll use my 42-inch or my 20-inch. It depends on like how many people I'm shooting and things like that. And that's just a simple setup. You can do a lot with the setup like that. Like, don't ever think you need to have all types of crazy gear. You don't. Like for this setup, I've used that for big groups. Just 8400 and 42-inch softbox for a whole big group. That's all you need. As far as indoors, it's pretty much the same. The only thing that would change indoors is if I'm using like a 2-light setup, like a rim light or something like that, and I would just be like just a regular speed light. So Mikhail said, I remember one of your YouTube videos. You were shooting in high speed sync. When should we shoot in high speed sync? That is a great question. That's something I'll be going in depth with. I'll go in depth on that stuff in the course. Um, the course is going to be very detailed. Like I said, if you've never shot flash photography, this course is going to allow you to be able to go out and confidently shoot flash photography, off camera flash photography. So, but as far as high speed sync, this is when I use it. So, like I said, I shoot a lot of outdoor. Um, bright sunlight. So in that situation, I'm usually using high speed sync. You can also use an ND filter. That's an option, right? So I'm using that because when I'm in a situation like that, the background, sometimes it could be so bright. And if I expose for the background, now my subject is very underexposed, right? So this is where flash comes in, and knowing flash, now you can properly expose for the background and properly expose your subject, right? Now you can um bring up stuff in post, but I like to just get it right in camera, and that's where flash can help. So I'm usually using high speed sync if I just need a super fast shutter speed for some reason, like maybe they're moving around a lot, or it's in a very bright conditions. That's what I'm usually using high speed sync. Olivia said, what system is easier to use when shooting tethered? I've never shot tethered before, so I cannot answer that question. If anybody shoots tethered, if you could help Olivia out in the comment section, we're all here to help each other. So, yeah. Vince said, "Do you use a two light setup for off camera flash?" Yes, I'm mainly using just a one light setup, and I do that to just simplify things. Um, when you start introducing things like off camera flash and you're already not super confident with just your camera settings and things like that, and then you have posing, it's a lot of different elements going on during the photo shoot, right? So I try to keep things simplified because like I said, it's a lot going on. So I'm usually just using that one light setup, if unless I'm just going for like a creative shot, or I need some separation for the background and I'm using a rim light or something like that. But I'm usually just doing a simple one light setup for the most part. C. Houston said, what are some of your professional goals for 2022? That's a great question. We're going to get into that in a minute. So we're going to come back to that. I finally caught up to all these comments. I was bringing them in so fast I couldn't even keep up with them. Emilio said, what do you include in your contract? So I actually have a video about that on my channel. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's a longer video, but I cover everything. I think it's the top 10 things you should include in your contract. So I would search that on my channel because I literally cover all that. So yeah. Now getting back to C's question, we're going to transition this live stream into something else because the new year is almost here. The new year for me is a big deal. So we're going to transition this to what are your goals for 2022? Let's have a discussion in the comment section. I want to know, what are your goals? If you don't have goals, then what are you doing? Like you got to have goals. It all starts with your goals. That's going to dictate your next move. Everything you're doing for next year is what's the goal? So what's your biggest goal that you want to reach in 2022? Let me know in the comment section. All right, so as y'all put those goals in the comment section, I'm gonna answer these questions real quick. Come on, man, I need to see some goals now. I know I ain't the only person that got goals. I know y'all got goals, right? We all go getters. We're all ambitious. So let me know. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Bob said he's from Ashburn, Georgia. That's what's up, Bob. Thanks for coming through, man. He said, big fan and follower. I appreciate your content and perspective. Keep pushing and creating, brother. Man, I appreciate that, Bob. Just little things like that, man. I truly appreciate it. And content creation is hard. YouTube is very hard. So just hearing those comments from time to time, they really do help out. They really do, man, because I don't know, especially as of late, like I've been in my own head. YouTube is like a roller coaster, you know. So I really do appreciate comments like that, y'all, and they do help me keep going and putting out content and knowing that I'm actually helping y'all. So I appreciate that, Bob. All right, what them goals at? I want to hear some goals, man. I want to hear some goals. If you ain't got no goals, man, just go and get off the live. Just go and get off the live. uh, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, y'all. Boss 92, thanks for coming through. He said, "What is the title to that video about the contract? Or if you don't mind posting a link." You know what, Bob? I'll be forgetting I could post links. Let me search that up for Bob real quick, y'all, and I'm put the link in the comments. Give me 1 second to find that link, y'all. Just keep putting your goals in the comments because we're gonna discuss that. Let me find this real quick. Now my computer's acting up. It is this video right here. Get shareable link. All right, so this is the contract video, y'all. I'm gonna put it in the chat. So if you have questions about contracts, y'all, you want to know like where do I even start with what to put in my contract, then click this link I just put in the chat. All right. Okay, I see some goals now. Okay. So y'all are some go getters. Okay, I see y'all. Let me see this real quick. Mikhail said, when I'm shooting a couple ones, a couple one is always in focus and the other's out of focus. How can I compensate for both in focus? Oh, when you're shooting a couple, that's a great question. So as far as nailing the focus when it comes to multiple people, that can be tricky. That was something I struggled with a lot when I first got into photography. Like I used to get back, dump the images when I was shooting multiple people. I'm like, dang, they're not even in focus. It would make me so frustrated. So it really comes down to like f-stop. So if I'm shooting multiple people, I'm usually have my f-stop. Well, now I'll shoot at like f2 or 1.8 if they're on the same plane, but I'm usually shooting at about 2.8 when it comes to couples, just to ensure that they're both in focus. Even if you have more people, let's say you shoot weddings for large groups, I may go to like f4, f5 just to make sure everybody is in focus. So if you're having issues with nailing focus when it comes to multiple people, just increase your aperture to make sure you have more in focus. Olivia said, when you show proofs, how do you send them out, or do you show the proofs in the moment? If in the moment, what do you use? Tablet or laptop? Great question, Olivia. I'm loving your questions. I'm loving them. So I show those in shoot proof. So I'll get home, do a light edit, and then send them to the client to pick. And they'll pick which ones they like, and then I'll do my real edits and deliver those. So you could also do that with shoot proof. I haven't always done that. Sometime I would edit back in the day, edit the whole gallery, which is a lot of images or most of the gallery, and then I would send it, deliver, and then they would pick. And then sometimes they wouldn't even buy more images. So it's like I just wasted my time editing a whole gallery. So I recommend doing just light edits, or if you get your photos right in camera, you don't even have to edit them. Upload to shoot proof. Make sure you put your logo. Attach it to put no download so they can't download. Have them star their favorites, which is how many they purchase, and then you go back and just edit those. So hopefully that makes sense. Love Tank Label said, have more mini sessions, perfect lighting, and upgrade my lens. That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh, that's a goal. Okay. Good goals right there. Jonathan said, make a legit website is my goal for 2022. That's a great goal, Jonathan. Y'all know how I feel about websites, man. Got to get that website up. Do you know what platform you're going to use, Jonathan? Like WordPress, Squarespace? I use WordPress. I like WordPress. Plus D Bailey, thanks for coming through, bro. He said, my goal is to niche down some more on specific social media platforms. Also have more fun with content creation. You know what? I love that, man. That's a simple goal, but I like that. It's different, you know. I like that you said have more fun with it. That's something that I want to do next year, is just to have more fun with everything I'm doing. For example, this live. This is fun for me. It can get a little boring sometimes just doing a regular video. So to switch it up is fun. It keeps me going. C said, I want to officially decide on a niche in 2022. Okay, so we got a lot of niche type goals. That's a good goal. Bob said, my goal is to limit the amount of weddings I take, increase the revenue of those weddings, and define my brand. It seems like you're very clear on what you want to do, Bob, and that's what I like to see, man. Those are some really good goals. I like that you're limiting how much you want to take on and increasing your prices. I like that. I like that. Boss 92 said, how do we really narrow down what style of photography we want to do? I feel diverse with what I want to do, but no one particular thing. That's a great question. Narrowing down your style of photography, that's it's tough, right? I think it's something that a lot of photographers, beginners, and even experienced photographers struggle with. I think it just comes with time. You just got to keep shooting more, right? As you shoot more, you'll start to see that common traits, common things that you consistently do, which is going to be your thing, your specific look. Like I shoot a specific way versus other photographers, right? So I that really came with time. Like I really used to push for that, but it's something that has to come to you, which will come with time and as you keep shooting. Vince said, my goal is to get more clients, get more knowledgeable about the business side, as well as perfecting my skill set. Those are great goals. Those are great goals. I think a lot of people have those goals too, getting more clients, getting more knowledgeable. That's a big one right there. Getting more knowledgeable, even the building your skill set. Those are things that I feel like we should always, all of us should always be focused on, is gaining more knowledge and getting better at our craft, like the actual technical skill of photography. C. Houston said, another goal for 2022, perfect my marketing strategy to get booked consistently. I like that. See, I like that a lot. Yeah, marketing is everything, right? Don't matter how good you are, if you don't know how to market yourself effectively, then you're gonna struggle to get clients. It's not about the pictures, right? I feel like we focus on that too much. Like even like just building our skill set, like you should build your skill set, but you have to know like the business side, like how do I market myself, like customer service. Those are the things that can really take you far for sure. Olivia said, I want to officially create content and really do more portrait sessions. I also want to learn how to edit photos. Those are great goals, Olivia. I like that. Yep. Create more content, do more sessions. I like that. I like that a lot. Queen says she's trying to improve her photography skills. Same here. Mikhail said his goal is to shoot a wedding once I buy more lenses. I like that, Mikhail. Do you feel like you don't have the right gear right now to shoot weddings? Um, and I'm just saying that because I'm just wondering, why are you waiting to buy the lens? Is it because is it something you need, or you just kind of just waiting? Okay, Squarespace. Squarespace is good, but still open to suggestions. Like I said, I use WordPress. Those are the top two I would say is Squarespace and WordPress if you're trying to create a website. Queen said goals for 2022: further my education in photography, purchase my first camera, get more knowledgeable about the business marketing side, and build a strong clientele. I like that, Queen. I like that a lot. Hey, I'm gonna hold y'all to these goals. I'm gonna hold y'all to it because I hold myself to my own goals. So I'm gonna hold y'all to y'all's goals. Y'all came on here, y'all said y'all was gonna do this stuff. I'm gonna check back in with y'all at the end of the year and make sure y'all did these things. Jonathan said, question, what is a reasonable amount of time to return edited photos for an 8-hour wedding versus a 1-hour family portrait? Great question, Jonathan. For us, for weddings, we have it in our contract. We tell them that it could take up to 8 weeks, but I mean, I try to get them back in like two weeks or 3 weeks. I just try to like over deliver, right? Because they're expecting it's gonna take a long time. I try to, great customer service, give it to them early. Excuse me. So as far as a 1-hour family session, I'll deliver that within a week. So hopefully that answered your question. All right, y'all. I'm gonna catch up on these questions. Then we're gonna do some call-ins, man. I'm gonna put the link in the comments. I want some of y'all to call in, man. Let's get y'all on camera and talk to your boy. Don't be scared now. I'll be scared to do these lives, and I still get on here. I was nervous before getting on this live, and I still got on here. So I'm gonna put the link in the comments in the chat. It's simple instructions. It's gonna tell you what to do. And you just call in. I'm gonna put you on the screen. We're just gonna chat. It's no pressure. So there's the link. I just put it in the chat. I want to see who's got the confidence to call in and chat with me. And you could just call in and drop your question, or we could just chat. So there's the link right there. Who's gonna do it? Let's see who's gonna do it. No pressure, no pressure. Mikhail said, wow, thank you so much, man. This really is a big help to me. No one ever explained it to me like that, and it's about raising and lowering your f-stop. Yeah, I'm glad that helped. Like I said, that's something that's very tricky, man. I need to make a video about it. Like, man, I struggled with that for so long. Like, I would get back, dump my photos. I'm like, man, and not even in focus. I would go crazy, man. It's all about knowing your settings and knowing what you're doing and knowing what things mean. Like, that's a part that people try to skip over, right? That's something that people don't think about. Like, you got to know your camera, the ins and outs of your settings. You got to know what white balance does. Like, what does it do when you change it? Or your f-stop? How does that affect your photos, your aperture, your shutter speed, your ISO? Like, how high can you go with your ISO? Because each camera is different, so you need to know those things, especially if you're taking on paid work, shooting weddings and stuff. These are important moments. You need to understand your settings, right? The client don't want to hear like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. They don't want to hear that. They want results. So you need to understand them settings before you taking on paid work, for sure, or you're gonna get yourself in a situation that ain't gonna be nothing nice. Trust me. When is the time to stop calling yourself an amateur photographer? I see somebody said my hair is not done. It's okay. It's okay. We still ain't got nobody, because I can see at the bottom when somebody pop in. Man, somebody gotta call in, man. Don't be scared now. You could call yourself stop calling yourself that whenever you want. You know, it's all about your confidence. You know, I tell myself that I'm a great photographer, right? Some people may see my work and think otherwise, but what would it be if I'm telling myself like I suck at photography? Like, you got to have confidence, man. Like, confidence is like half of the game, right? Even like I've learned, like, even when it comes to like selling yourself to people, like on a consultation or something, you got to have confidence. I think we've gotten a lot of our bookings from being confident and talking with confidence, right? Like, that's something that people don't really talk about. They talk about this and that, but like, or, oh, you should do this with your prices. How can you do that with your prices? How can you charge $3,000 when you're not even confident? It's not going to come out. It's confidence, and the client's going to see it. Would you buy something from somebody if they told you, let's say you went to buy a car, and I'm going on a little tangent, but this, just listen up. And the salesperson is talking to you like this. He's just looking down. He's like, oh, I don't know if you should buy it, but it's a great car. You can do what you want to do. You'd be like, what the heck, right? Versus if he looked you in the eye and told you, broke it down, told you why you needed this car, how it would improve your life, and looked you in the eyes and told you that with confidence. I mean, who would you listen to, right? Who would you more likely buy from? You know what I'm saying? So it's about confidence. Um, Boss said, I just got my camera last month. My goal is to really learn, just learn my way around the camera and editing. Yes, sir. Definitely gotta dig into the camera and learn the ins and outs of your equipment. Jonathan said 2 weeks is fast for a wedding. Yeah, man, I try to knock it out. I'm trying to shock the couple, and they're like, wow, over deliver. Customer service is big, man. Um, Something that we take pride in, something that we do is we always try to over deliver, right? Or do things that we didn't even tell them about, right? Because it's about the experience, it's about customer service, right? That's how you get them bomb reviews, right? That's how you get people to come back to you. That's how you stand out, right? Like, are you just doing the basics, or are you going above and beyond for your clients? So it's something to think about. Olivia said a general goal is to be called by Jet Magazine and Harper's Bazaar to create content for them. That's a great goal. That's dope. Love Tank Label said my hair not done. Okay, so we making excuses for not getting on the not calling in, huh? I'm gonna do it one last time, man. Here's the link to call in. Get out, Gene. Get out. Get out. That's my dog busting in my room. So here's the link to call in. Like I said, it's no pressure. We just calling in. We just hanging out, having a chat. You can ask me your question live. Nobody has done it yet because everybody's scared. Yes, I'm calling y'all out. So here's the link right here. Somebody join this live stream and chat live with me. Hold on one second. Freaking dog busted up in here. Okay. So there's the link. No excuses, y'all. Don't be scared. Boss said I've watched a variety of videos, but I'm honestly lost on what equipment I should be buying. So far, family and friends have asked, can I do events or portraits? But I don't want to be wasteful when it comes to buying gear. Yeah, you don't want to just be buying stuff. So you said they asked you for events and portraits. Are you talking about camera and lenses? Just get it could be not a cheaper end camera, right? Something that's less expensive. Just get like I don't know. It could just be any kind of camera, really. A starter camera. Sony A63, 6300, A6400, Sony A7 II if you want to go full frame. As far as lenses, just get you a 50. A 50. You can't go wrong as a starter lens getting a 50 millimeter. If you want something that's more flexible, get a zoom lens. Get a 24 to 70. So that's going to cover a lot of different types of shoots. You could do portraits, events. So those are just some suggestions. Mikhail said, yes, something I need. Okay. Queen said another goal for 2022 is to launch my website. So a lot of y'all need to get them websites launched. Hey, get the website launched. Okay, we got somebody. Okay, we got somebody called in. Let me get you in, Queen. Give me 1 second. What's going on?
Nothing much. Just got off of work.
That's what's up. Thanks for calling in.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, I was like, man, everybody being scary, man.
No, that's another goal of mine, is not to be scared
Right.
at all.
Yeah, see, I like that. See, I like that. See, you're doing stuff that you don't really, feel comfortable with. And it's the
Correct.
same when it comes to photography. And I don't know if where are you at with your journey? Are you starting a business or
Raleigh, North Carolina.
okay? Are you starting a photography business or do you already have one? I can't hear you. I think your audio went out. Yeah, I can't hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Hold on. Now my camera's acting up. What's going on?
Yeah, I can
Can
see
you
you.
see me?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of started. I have an Instagram page already, and I
Okay.
have some pictures up, but I haven't really been consistent with posting my content actually.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so you need more content to post.
I have them
Mm-hmm.
actually in my phone. 'Cause I told you I'm a mobile photographer, so I actually have my content. I'm actually in the process of
Mm-hmm.
editing them right now because, like I said, me being scared, I have to throw it out the window. Like moving forth, I'm like I have to go ahead and push this out and build my brand and do what I have to do.
Yeah. So so you have the content, you just haven't posted it because you're just kind of in your own way type stuff.
Correct.
Yeah, I've definitely been there lots of times. See, I like to kind of shift how I'm looking at it, right? I look at it like if I don't put myself out there, then nothing's gonna come to me. I think
Correct.
that's a good way to look at it versus just like, oh, I don't know what people will think. And not saying you think this, but these are thoughts that some people have, or oh, they may whatever. It may just not get a lot of likes or whatever it is. But you have to you have to be willing to put yourself out there. Like that can bring you so many opportunities alone, just putting yourself out there. But if you don't ever put yourself out there, you're never gonna get those opportunities. That's how I like
Correct.
to look at it. So thank you, Queen, for calling in. I appreciate your questions too. And I'm wishing you a great 2022. 2022 is going to be great for you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. You too.
Yeah. You enjoy your night, all right?
All right.
All right, bye. Queen, man, shout out to Queen for getting in on the live stream. I see you, Mikhail. I'm about to add you. That's what I like to see, man. It's about punching fear in the face. We got somebody else in the right here, Prime Images. I see you too. I'm gonna get you up after I get Mikhail up. But that's what I like to see, man. See, I'm getting a little bit hyped because I like to see that it's about punching fear in the face. Scared ain't gonna get you nowhere, right? It's like all y'all saying all these goals, and it's how you gonna reach a goal? How you gonna reach any of these goals if you scared? You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Queen. Let's get Mikhail on here, and we're gonna keep rolling with it. Mikhail,
What's
what's up,
up?
man?
What's up, A Train?
Hey, man, it's I'm excited to have you on here, man. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, man, I be watching you all the time, man. Man, I love you. Hey, hey,
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. You got any questions for me, Mikhail?
yeah. When is it? When is it? When should I stop calling myself an amateur photographer?
Well, let me ask you this, Mikhail. Why do you call yourself that? How long you been doing photography?
2 years.
2 years? That's a lot of experience. You're not no amateur.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just you just saying something. You know, sometimes we just say little weird stuff like, "Oh, I'm not experienced enough," or I can't kind of put myself here yet because of whatever. 2 years is a long time, you know. So I, I don't think that's an amateur. I would look at it like, man, I've built 2 years of experience, and that's enough to call myself a professional photographer. It starts with
Okay.
you. Like it's all about what you think about yourself, and everything else is gonna follow, off of what you think about yourself, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you where are you at? Are you trying to start a business? Do you have you already started a business? Like where are you at with your photography?
Well, I'm just doing. I'm just doing like. No, just like I'm just doing it for friends and
Okay.
a little side hustle.
Okay. So are you making money yet?
Yeah, I'm making some money.
Okay. Do you
I just don't know how to charge.
so what have you been charging? Or you been doing it for free?
Okay, like yeah, I've been charging like 150 for a session.
Okay. And that's about just a portrait session, hour session?
Yeah, and $50 an hour.
Okay. Okay. And you're just you've been at it for 2 years. How confident are you in your skills
Uh,
to get consistent
that's
good
why I
images?
talked to you about off-camera flash. I'm learning off-camera flash because it's so important. Well, pretty much, I'm confident. It's just that I'm learning off-camera flash
Okay.
because when I shoot in low light, that's when we need that off-camera flash.
Right. It can really game change your stuff. And you will be put in situations to where you're like, man, this is tricky lighting. I need to learn how to use flash. I would say, Mikhail, keep doing what you're doing, but don't be afraid to raise your prices.
Okay.
Right. But I think, see, something a lot of these educators and people push is they just say, just raise your prices. Right. Which makes sense. But then again, like, if you're not confident, it's not going to help you. Right. Like, how can you effectively sell your services if you're not confident in what you're charging? You see what I'm saying? So it really starts with a lot of inner work of being confident and believing in your skills and what you can produce.
And that's the key right there, A-Train.
Yeah. So go ahead, Mikhail. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the key right there. It's my confidence inside. My wife tells me that. She says, you're a great photographer. And so I have to do that inner work inside.
Yeah, and Mikhail, I do it all the time too. Like, I'm no exception to this. That's something that I'm really working on next year. I need to keep working on my inner self. How I think about my prices and things like that, because it affects the way I shoot, my business, how I talk to my clients. That inner work is important. So keep working on that, Mikhail. But thanks for coming through, man. And 2022 is going to be great for you, man.
All right, thank you, A-Train.
All right, take care, Mikhail.
All right, brother.
All right, bye.
Okay.
All right. Shout out to Mikhail for getting on here. We got Prime Images coming up. Let me get to these comments. I'm gonna get to these comments, Prime Images, and then I'm gonna put you on, brother. Okay. We got Jonathan said, "I love my Nikon Z5. It's full frame, and regularly goes on special for 1K or so." So Jonathan's telling you a good suggestion as far as cameras. Shalonda, thanks for coming through. She said, what softbox should be used for family shoots outdoors? Honestly, any softbox. Now, it depends on the size of the family, right? Like I said, with my 42-inch, I've shot a family as big as maybe like 10 plus people and exposed all of them good with just one softbox. So it depends on how many people you're going to be photographing. Or you could have like a 2 softbox setup. If it's just a big group and you don't want to use one, you could have like 2 kind of like medium-sized softbox. So it's a lot of different ways you could go. Boss said he was gifted the M50. So will those same lenses still apply that you mentioned? So you have to get specific lenses for that specific mount. What lens did I have with my M50? I think I had the 22. It was the Canon EF-M mount, I think. And I had the Sigma 16 for Canon EF-M mount. So you got to make sure it's the right mount. I'm about to get you in, brother. Hold on. For group shots, should I use a modifier on each side, or is one 48-inch modifier sufficient? Like I said, man, you can get it done with one if you set it up right. Or you could do the 2. Let's say you have a big group. You could do 2, pointed towards the middle, kind of feathered. And that's a good light setup too. But if you want to simplify, just do 1 and make sure it's a big modifier, like a 40 some inch. She said, thank you. No problem. Okay, we got Prime Images coming up. I'm gonna drop this link again for anybody else who wants to come up after him and join me live to just chat and answer, get your questions answered. So there's the link in the chat right there. What's good, man? Can you hear me?
Good. Yeah, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Thanks for hopping on, man.
Absolutely, man. Yo, I've been following you, man, for a little more than a year now.
Oh, wow.
Bro, I want to give you your flowers, man. You helped put my off-camera flash game on point, changed the trajectory of my career, and everything that I'm doing. I built my camera business. I started with a T3, you know what I'm saying? Then I moved to a T5. Okay. Then I got my Canon M50. And for that caller that, that was just on, or that comment, I bought the mount, the adapter mount, where I was able to use the EF lenses with the M50. I had great success with that. And I just recently moved to the full frame Canon, a Canon RP, lower level full frame, but an adjustment, a step up for me nonetheless. But my father was a professional photographer. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. and I was raised in it. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
just recently started Prime Images back in the last 2.5 years, man, and I've had great success. Like thanks to people like you know, and other teachers on YouTube. Like y'all brought me a long way, man, and I really appreciate it, bro.
Hey man, that means a lot to me, man. I love to hear that, man. That's that's why I put out the content, man. I'm just trying to help people. You
No
know,
doubt.
I don't know it all, but what I do know, I'll share it with you. You know,
No doubt.
so I
Absolutely.
like to hear that, man.
I
Go
want
ahead.
to ask you one more thing, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm shooting weddings. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I started off shooting weddings for $650. Went to 1,200. Now I'm trying to be at a minimum of 1,500 per wedding, and steadily climbing. My work is increasing, so I'm able to show, and I haven't had a problem anytime I've adjusted my prices. So I thank God
Mhm.
for that. But one thing that really gets under my skin and irks me is like if I'm at a wedding and there's a guest there, and that guest may have a DSLR. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
taking their pictures. They got their zoom lens on. They shooting over my shoulder.
Mhm.
What irks me is they rush home. They hurry up and pump these images on social media. And just me, if I'm the bride and groom, I feel like I've paid
Mhm.
$2,000, 2,500 for a photographer and videographer, and I appreciate you taking these pictures at my wedding. You know what I'm saying? I feel
Mhm.
like it kind of steals the thunder, man. And it's like,
It,
is there something I can put in the contract and get couples on board with limiting their guests as far as what they can share and how soon they can share it?
yeah, you could always work stuff like that into your contract if that's important to you.
Yeah,
But I can relate 100%, bro. I've been in those situations, and it's very annoying. Like you said, it does take away. See, they don't see people. They don't realize what they're doing, right? They don't understand. It's taken away from your images and the
yeah,
effect of your images because they already got the images, and they're like, they all over social media. That's the first thing they see. So when they
yeah.
see yours, I feel like that wow effect is just not there.
Right.
So I know what you mean, man. It is something. See, this is what I would do. I'll be honest with you. I would talk to my couple, and I would be straight up with them. Like that's to me, that's what has worked for me and my wife best when we build that connection with our couples to where we could pretty much tell them anything. You know what I'm saying? And they trust us. So I think moving forward, I think do you do consultations before you
I
book
do.
your weddings? Yeah,
I do.
I would definitely mention that. I will mention it. And I will be straight up and tell them like why you don't like vibe with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I would tell them how it could affect certain things, or you could miss a shot because somebody jumped in the way with their camera or something. So
Right.
it's to me, it's something serious,
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
sure.
Yeah.
Hey, you just mentioned consultations, and I want to see. Have you ever made a video about what your consultations consist of? Because honestly, my consultations basically consist of me reading the agreement verbatim. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Then I'm cordial, of course, and professional, but I ask them, do they have any questions? But I just feel like my consultations could be deeper. I often feel nervous when I'm doing a
Oh
consultation.
yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
why I stick to the script. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, what do your consultations involve, and have you ever made content, concerning that?
That's a great question, man. I actually have it on my list of videos to make, but see, I want to make it with my. I haven't made it yet because I need to make it with my wife because she mainly does them. I'm just kind of like a wingman because she know how to talk to people, bro. Like
Right,
she know how to connect with people because of her job. That's what she do.
right,
But I'll be honest with you, bro. Like the consultation is more of us connecting with them and not even talking about photography.
right,
Like and that's what we've noticed. Like it's really about connecting with people. Like once you connect with them and y'all got similarities about stuff, it's like it's a given that they're gonna book with you because they're connected with you and they like you. You know what I'm saying? So I would mix some questions in trying to really get to know them as a couple, if that makes sense.
right.
Um, that consultation is really led with them doing the talking. Really, it's just us answering those deep questions that really get them to think and just figuring out like what they like and how they are and seeing if we vibe.
No doubt.
Yeah, hopefully
Absolutely.
that does that answer your question.
It does. It does,
Yeah.
man. I ain't gonna take up no more of your time. I appreciate what you do. I'm always following, man. So next time you go live, man, I'll be in there
Hey, Bob, man, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on, bro.
for sure. Salute.
Take care, man.
You too.
Shout out to Bob for coming through, man. I've seen him a lot. in the comment section. So that's pretty cool, man. I'm glad I could get some of y'all on to just see y'all and connect with y'all. That's why I do this stuff, man. Um, let me get you off of here, Bob. So like I said, I'm gonna get in this chat, but I'm gonna also drop this link again for anybody else who wants to come on. It don't even have to be photography related, man. Maybe you just want somebody to talk to. Maybe you're going through something. It could be anything. Hey, we could just talk and chat. So I'm gonna drop the link, and you could join if you want to talk to me. So let's get back in this comment section. And once again, man, thank all y'all for being here, sharing your thoughts, your goals. We got a new year coming up. I'm excited about it. I hope y'all are excited about it. But if you got any value from this video, just hit that like button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. So let's get into this comment section. Vince said, what cleaning kit do you recommend for cleaning the sensor? I shoot with the A7R3. You know what, Ben? Vince, sorry. I've gotten those little cleaning kits with things I bought, and I just use those. I've never like just bought a legit cleaning kit. I've just gotten them when I purchase certain things. It'd be like those little cleaning kits. So yeah. Mikhail said that was a cool shout out, A-Train. Man, no problem, Mikhail. I appreciate you, man. I had a good time talking with you. Hopefully we could talk more in the future. Olivia said I was that person at the wedding, LOL. Oh, no, you wasn't, Olivia. She said, I appreciate you talking about this. It puts things into perspective. Yeah, you know, it used to be a lot of little things that used to bother me when it came to photography and clients and stuff. But you know what? That stuff, it's not really important, right? Like we've had people, you know, the uncles and people jumping in. I've had people like trying to tell me, you know, what poses to do. Like they're like, oh, you should pose them like this and that. And I'm like saying in my head, like, what? You know, like how you gonna tell me how to pose somebody? You know, I'm the photographer. But I think it's all about your perspective and how you look at things. I look at it like people are excited about the wedding and people don't be understanding what they're doing. So I try to give them that they don't really understand how this could affect my job. So I just try to look at it that way. I see you, Archie. I'm about to get you in a minute, brother. Vince said he can relate to prime images too. That is annoying. Definitely annoying for sure. K Shizzle said, wow, so amazing that you're doing this. Oh man, hey, that's what we do on this channel, man. We connect with people and we just try to help each other out, man. Anything that I know, I will share it on the channel. That's just what I do here. Beginner concert photographer, been trying to soak up as much as possible. Yeah, definitely pay attention to the videos, bro. I got videos covering everything. So stay on the channel for sure and check out the content. Let's get Archie on here. He's the next caller. Hey, what's going on, Archie?
What's going on, A-Train?
Hey, nothing much, man. Thanks for calling in, man. Glad to have you here.
No problem. Man, I really don't have questions, man. I just like to, make a few comments, man. First,
sure.
Foremost, I want to thank you for putting out the content that you do. It's changed my photography skills. I was only doing natural light photography. I was doing a lot of sport photography and stuff like that. And, by watching some of your videos, I started to get into flash photography too. So, and, buying equipment based off of your recommendation. First and foremost, thank you for that.
I appreciate you, bro. I love to hear that, man. I appreciate that.
No problem.
I see that Dallas Cowboys. I don't know about that now.
Oh man, I'm in Dallas, man.
No, I'm messing with you. Oh, you from Dallas?
Yeah, I'm in Dallas. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm from College Station. I'm not too far. What about two hours? I think
2 hours, 2.5.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm just messing with you, man.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, and then for the people, in the comments earlier saying like they don't have confidence or anything like that or don't know what to do, the best thing to do is just go out and shoot. Just shoot and just learn, because through time you will develop that skill and you will develop that craft. It's just just don't be afraid to do it. Like me myself personally, I do photography. I do it as a hobby on the side. People pay me. I'm a working professional, so I do it on the side. And what I'm gonna do in 2022, because I know you're talking about goals, is
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to turn mine into a business, for that additional income.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Again,
that's yo. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. You good?
No, I was just saying that's great. I like to see. How long have you been doing it for a hobby?
Man, since 2018.
See, but when you start like charging and your business, see, you're gonna be so advanced. So I like that. Like
Yeah.
you worked your way up to it. Me on the other hand, and I rushed into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a lot of mistakes, which y'all hear me talk about. I guess it depends. It's nothing wrong with that, but I like working your way up to something. You know what I'm saying? If that
Yeah.
makes sense. Um, that's great to hear, man. What's your would you say that's your biggest goal for 2022 is to start up the business?
Yeah, turn into a business, do it, weekend stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I coach football. I like being around sports. I coach football. So I like doing like stuff like that. A lot of action photos and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, see, I haven't really done that type of stuff. I want to do it.
Yeah.
That's some cool stuff, man. What is that? What you're gonna focus on with the business, like sports type?
I think it's more going to be portrait.
Portrait.
Person, that's where the money is.
Mm-hmm.
And then along with that, you can actually do team photos and stuff like that and make money too.
Yeah.
At that point, you're doing a lot of volume shooting because the
Mm-hmm.
light will be the same, the settings will be the same. It's just
Right.
clicking point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just mainly portraits, and then the sports stuff would be my fun thing on the side.
Oh, see, I like that. You get the money maker, and then just the little. Hey, I just do this because I love doing it.
Mhm.
I like that a lot. Hey man, if you're thinking like money wise, I tell you what, kids are where it's at.
I
Kids
know.
and families. Now, like I said, that's what we started with. So just y'all know, watching the live, if you want to make some money, you can't go wrong with kids and families. But I appreciate you, Archie, for coming on, man. I appreciate you saying that you like the content and helped you out, man. That's great to hear. Like I said, this YouTube and putting out all this content it's hard.
Yeah.
So to hear that it's helping people, that's the type of stuff that keep me going, man. So
Mhm.
I appreciate you, bro. Hopefully we can get on here and talk again on the next live.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, you take care. Happy holidays to you and the family, man.
All right, you too.
Take care, man. All right, shout out to Archie for coming through, man. Hey, man, I appreciate all y'all for coming through. We got anybody else trying to come through? We got 22 people on here. Don't be scared. Y'all was scared in the beginning, but you see people have been coming in now. I'm gonna put that link again, and I'm gonna touch on something Archie said. I like that he mentioned that too. We're gonna talk about that a little bit, but I'm gonna put this link in. Anybody can hop on. From here on out, I'll probably stay on here for another like 15 minutes or so. You could just hop on, you could stay on, and I could put multiple people on, so we can have like a whole lineup of like 4 or 5 people. So if y'all just want to stay and chat with me to the end, I could add you on. There's the link. Other than that, you can still drop your questions in the chat. If you don't want to come on live, that's fine. But yeah, let's get to this real quick. Olivia said, very true. I can testify to that. I think she's talking about what Archie said. But I like that he said that, man. A lot of this stuff is really about, getting out there and shooting. I used to be scared to do a lot of stuff. Just a lot of things used to hold me back. It was really my fear of just being rejected, right? Or even I see you, OB. I'm gonna get you in, man. Even like that fear of hearing no from a client. Can y'all relate to that? Like that used to be a fear of mine, like a client saying, like, I don't want to work with you, or I chose somebody else. You just gotta put yourself out there, man. You can't hold yourself back. And I think that's what a lot of photographers do. We just hold ourselves back with these limiting beliefs that we have, and we don't do that inside work. You got to do that inside work, like I talked about with Mikhail. I see you, Jonathan. Thanks for coming through, bro. I always see you in the comments, so I appreciate you, man. Let's get OB on here, and we're gonna chat it up a little bit. I see you, Queen. Appreciate that. She said, "Thank you for all you do. You're truly a blessing." I appreciate you. We're gonna chat again next time I go live. Okay, we got OB. What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Hey, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Thanks for
Hey,
coming on, man.
Man, glad to be here, brother. I was actually just sitting down,
Mm-hmm.
and I was getting ready to edit some photos. I said, man, let me jump on YouTube, see what's going on. And I saw you were streaming live. My first time catching you live, so I just
Okay.
wanted to jump on real quick. Say I appreciate your content, man. I
Yeah, I
really do.
appreciate that, man.
I always try to find brothers and sisters who are out there making it happen, especially in the YouTube space. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think we get a lot of pub all the time. There's a couple out there like I'm sure John Branch. I'm sure you know
Mm-hmm.
him, or maybe I've seen his stuff. And then of course Photo Me Ike and stuff like
Oh yeah.
that. But see brothers like yourself jumping on and then giving good content, good information. I really appreciate that. I just want to jump on and tell you, man, I like what you're doing and keep it up.
Hey man, I appreciate that, man. Like I said, like you said too, like seeing young black dudes and stuff, seeing that. And I'm not one to really talk about color and stuff a lot, but I do like to see that, so I can relate to
Yeah.
that. And I've talked to Photo Me Ike on YouTube, and who else, like Ryan Troy.
He's good. Yeah, I
Yeah,
enjoy his stuff too. Yeah.
T Mid.
Hmm.
It's a lot of them, man. I'm
I think
forgetting people.
Brandon Cole. Yeah.
Brandon Cole, yeah, man, he's a dope
Mhm.
photographer, man. It's
Yeah.
it's amazing to see so many black, just great photographers, man. I love to see that. But
Absolutely.
OB, I appreciate you, man.
Definitely, man.
2022 is gonna be great for you, brother.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. I'm gonna go ahead and jump out, but keep doing what you're doing, brother.
Yeah, have a good night, man.
All
Take
right.
care. Shout out to OB for coming on, man. I love to connect with y'all. And just talk to my subscribers, man. We're gonna do this a lot more in the future for sure. And I see y'all actually like it. Y'all calling in and sharing your thoughts and stuff. So that's a goal of mine for, I see y'all's question I'm about to get to. That's a goal of mine for 2022 is to schedule more live streams, not taking away from my other content, but just weaving in more live streams to connect with y'all. Because that's something that I truly enjoy, is talking to y'all live. I really like that. I feel like I can't give y'all that with the regular videos. So let's get back in this chat. If you're here, say what's up, man. Don't be scared to speak. If you want to join live, to just say hey or whatever, the link, I'm gonna put that in the comments again, just because I know the other comments kind of flush it out the way. You could join and chat with me or ask me any questions you have. So let's get back into this comment section. We got K Shizzle. How do you go about forming rates for a shoot? I'm aware of shooting for free, just not sure of when to start charging. That's a great question. Once again, like as far as charging, I don't care what nobody say. You got to be confident, right? You got to be confident, right? You got to be confident. Yeah, I'm gonna say it 3 times because it's that important. So you got to go with, what are you comfortable with charging, right? So where you got to be honest and real with yourself. Like, where are you at with photography? Did you just pick up a camera and you don't understand the ins and outs yet? Do you know how to pose people in consistently get exposed images that are exposed good in focus? So you really have to judge your skills and where you're at and your confidence. And I feel like that's like kind of that base of like knowing what to charge when you're just starting out. I'm talking about like brand new beginner. And you got to go with something that you're comfortable with. The thing about pricing is it can change. Just because you charge something now don't mean you got to charge that in the future, right? For our weddings, we book a couple and then we raise our price. We didn't start out at like $3,000 some dollars or whatever. It was $1,000. And as we booked a couple, we kept going up. Same with portraits. We started out, this is embarrassing, $40 shoots, right? Now we book portrait sessions, 500, 600, whatever it is, right? So it's about time, giving it time, building your confidence, building your skills to produce in a way to where you're confident to charge and you're like, okay, I'm confident with this. So I know I kind of went on a tangent, but hopefully that kind of gives you some perspective and answers your question a little bit. Ben said, how do you recommend the 8400 and so you recommend the 8400 and a 42-inch softbox for a group of people? I'm shooting with a 8200 now. Hey, don't sleep on the 8200. That can get a lot done too. Keep in mind the 8400 is going to give you more power. You also have to think, like, if you're shooting in high speed sync a lot, you're going to lose power. So, those are things to think about, which is why I'm making this course. It's a lot of different things as far as settings, knowing if you should go speed light or strobe, which softbox is better, what the difference is between a 42-inch and a 20-inch softbox. How does the light look? I'm gonna go into all that stuff. Let me plug this because maybe y'all don't know about it. But I have a wait list for my off-camera flash course. It's the first link in the description. So if you want to learn about off-camera flash, this is going to be a step-by-step course covering everything. Y'all have literally told me what y'all want in the course. I made a poll. Y'all told me. I'm going to be covering all that stuff. It ain't just going to be me talking to. I'm going to show you, like actually in the field shooting. I'm going to show you what I'm doing and what you should do. So if you want to join the wait list, it's going to be releasing early next year. Link is in the description. Did I answer your question though? Yes, for a group of people, 8400 42-inch softbox is good enough for sure. Let's get back to this chat. We got Boss said, what price point window would you say is fair in your opinion for a beginner without underpaying yourself for the amount of work it takes until the assignment is complete? That's a great question. For a beginner, I'm talking, when I say beginner, I don't want people to be confused. I'm talking about somebody who's literally just starting out. I charge $40. We charge, me and my wife, when we just started out. Did we stay at that? No, you can go to our website, see our prices. They're literally completely different. That is what we felt comfortable with charging, right? And honestly, our photography was not good. And we made a lot of mistakes, which we probably shouldn't have even been charging yet, to be honest. I think there's no reason why you can't charge $100+ 150 plus if you're just starting out. Like if you can take legit good images. And when I say that, I mean it's in focus and it's exposed right. And the posing is acceptable, right? You can get people in a position they need to be in, whatever. It's no reason why you can't be charging over $100. That's just me throwing a number out there. But when you go like under that, I think like if you can take acceptable images, I feel like you're severely undercutting yourself. So hopefully that kind of helps out. That one art chick, thanks for coming through. She said, how far away should the modifier be from the subject? Great question. That's what I'm going to be covering in the course. Y'all better get on the wait list. Not going to be a crazy expensive course. But it will be affordable for sure. I'm not trying to make a crazy amount of money on a course or nothing like that, but I am going to be putting a lot of good knowledge in it. And I want to get compensated for that for sure. But it's the point is to help people learn how to confidently use Flash, right? Like I learned how to use Flash from going in the field and experimenting and watching YouTubers, right? But it was a lot of me piecing together a lot of stuff. So that's why it took so long. So I'm trying to give it away all in the course so you can go out there and use Flash and be confident using it and know what the heck you doing instead of just guessing and not knowing what settings mean and stuff like that. So as far away from the subject, it depends on the situation, what you're shooting, right? If I'm just shooting like a waist up portrait, that softbox is going to be pretty close, for the most part. I'm trying to keep it close. Even if I'm shooting wide, I'm trying to keep it pretty close to that subject, and then I'll, erase it in post. So it really depends. You know what? Maybe I'll show y'all. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you some pictures, just because maybe it would help you. I'm gonna show you some pictures of me where you could see what I'm doing and where my softbox and stuff is at. Give me 1 second, y'all. I want to show some BTS. So I got to share my screen for all my off-camera flash lovers who want to know about this stuff. So just give me 1 second, y'all. All right, so this image right here, you can see how close that softbox is. This is the glow. This is the one I've been telling y'all about. So you can find this in my description. And see, this is all is you. It be sold out a lot. So it's a very popular size and a very popular. The brand is really popular too. Glow. Those are the only softboxes I use. And I think I had the 8600 at the time, which I sold and got the 400 because I tried to downsize because this is pretty big strobe. It's kind of heavy. So yeah, and it depends on where I want the light to hit and things like that. But you can see how close that is. I could show you another image of just me in the field. I'll show you this one. Give me 1 second. Share my screen. Okay, so I have to stop sharing it. Okay, let me share it again. Okay, so here's another example. So you can see with this one, it's further away, right? So there is, I mean, you could go further away, you could go closer, right? But for this one, I didn't need it to be up close, and I think I was trying to get it out of the frame, which I could keep it in a frame and erase it in post, but I didn't want to do that, so I pulled it out the frame, just right outside the frame, and you could see the distance, how I have it feathered, and just kind of how that setup looks. So hopefully those examples kind of helped you out. Like I said in the course, it's going to be a lot of examples of what I'm doing. So that's what you can expect to see in the course. Me explaining why I have it this way. You'll see examples of when it's overexposed and me getting proper exposure, my settings. Y'all know I like to be real detailed, so it's going to be a very detailed course because I want y'all to understand this stuff. So yeah. All right, let's get back to this chat. Once again, man, if y'all enjoying this, you want me to do more, hit that like button for your boy. It's free to hit the like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Plus D Bailey said, one of your lives from earlier this year, you told me to get a website, and I finally did it. This is a great mark for where I came from. Keep dropping great content. Yeah, Plus D, I always see you in the comments. I've seen you on lives. That's great to hear, man. I love to hear that. You got to have that website. You got to have that presence, that professional presence on the internet, right? See, one thing a website can do for you is it just makes you look that much more official, right? You got photographers who don't have a website, don't have that portfolio nowhere, versus I see you, Queen, I'm gonna get you on, versus somebody else who has a nice curated website that speaks exactly to their clientele. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win in that situation? Who's the client going for? Right? So that website could be the deciding factor or play a big role in somebody choosing you and booking with you. Y'all, a lot of y'all ask questions in the beginning about booking clients. That website comes into play. It sure as heck does. To me, it does. So yeah. Queen, I'm gonna get you in a minute. She said, how do you find your niche? Oh, that's Queen. Yeah, I'm gonna get you when I put you on. I think my wife on here. Yeah. Hey Queen, I'm gonna put you on, but I'm gonna answer these questions too, and then we gonna chat, okay? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Let me get to these questions, then we're gonna chat, okay? That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. Olivia said, what's your preferred backdrop when shooting indoors? Man, I use a lot. I like Cape backdrops, Savage seamless paper. You can find that on Amazon. So those are like my main two right now. I talk about it in a video in my studio photography video. K Shizzle, appreciate you, bro. Thanks for sharing. No problem, man. Thanks for coming through. Howard said, thank you. No problem, man. Boss said, what are some things you want to share with us that you wish you had learned earlier? Oh, man, I'll be on here for 5 hours. I actually have a video about that. I'm gonna have to link it. We got K Shizzle said, can you do a live where you go over our portfolio work? I could use the insight. Yeah, for sure. We could do that. Of course. Kimbo said, if I was dressed, I'd hop on. Well, hop on in. I put the link in there. Go and get on. My wife, she just be talking. She ain't about it. Let me put the link, and you get dressed, and then you can hop on. No excuses.
Does your wife get jealous?
Does she get jealous of me being on YouTube? Or what do you mean, just jealous in general?
Because you're talking to other girls.
Nah, she know. I mean, I'm just on YouTube. You know, she's not like that. No way. That one art chick said thank you. My wife in the comments say she said to discuss that comment about those guests taking photos. Any situation that happens and you're like, OMG, what do I do? Go home, think about how to handle it, and then the next time you'll be ready. I like that.
I'm sorry, but I just wanted to say I think you're very handsome.
Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. My wife said if I was dressed, I'd hop on, but I'd like to thank you all for loving and supporting my husband. It means a lot to him and us. Of course. Queen, did you have any specific questions, or you just want to hop on and chat?
I recently bought a camera at Walmart, a Canon, and I'm sorry, I have a bit of a cold.
Oh, you good?
You know, I have for my OnlyFans business.
You have a OnlyFans business?
That's why I bought the Canon. That's how I got the money.
Okay, that's what's up.
And I thought I'd come on and learn and pay for your course to learn how to make myself look better on
That's
camera.
not what the course is about. Flash, though, learning off-camera flash.
Yeah, to set up my flash and
to set up. Okay, I got you. Yeah, it's gonna be coming out at the beginning. It's gonna be coming out at the
beginning. That white thing, I bought that. I bought the white light with the flash on it, and it lights up for lighting.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, yeah, all that's gonna be in the course, so be on the lookout. Make sure you sign up to the wait list. Okay. I'm gonna go and take you off. We're gonna get back in these comments. Thanks for hopping on though.
Don't take me off. I love you.
Okay, yeah, you just okay. This person tripping. They gotta go. Did y'all hear that? What in the heck is going on? Anyways, let's see. Queen said, "Do you have?" That don't even sound like the queen that I talked to, unless I'm tripping. That sounds like somebody else. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Do you have a video on posing? Yes, I actually do. Let me. I could put it in the comments. So for those of you who want some posing tips, I'm gonna put a video in the comments for y'all. Okay, let me put this in the comments. This is a posing video. Giving some tips on posing. So that's in the chat right now. If you struggle with posing and want some tips on that. Olivia said, I was told to start small, meaning using social media to start out. What would be your response to someone saying that? Social media is great if you're trying to get clients. I think it's one of the easiest ways to get clients, especially when you're just starting out, and it's free, right? So just pitch your work out there. It's really just about putting yourself out there. So that's something you could utilize for free to build your clientele. So you can't go wrong with social media, for sure. All right, so me and my wife got to eat. I don't think she hopping on, but I appreciate all y'all for coming through. I'm about to plug some stuff before we go, and then we're gonna hop off. But man, thank y'all so much. This is one of my better lives. We're gonna do this some more. I want to do this at least in 2020 next year. I want to do this at least every other week. Would y'all be cool with that? Y'all want to see more of these? Let me know in the comments. Do y'all want to see more of these? Let me know in the comments. Also for next year, what type of content do you want to see? Here's your chance right now, and you can get it if it's something I can make. So leave that in the comments. if you want to see more lives and what type of content you want to see moving forward on the channel. But before I go, just want to let y'all know about a couple things. So I have a free guide. It's 5 ways to get more clients. This is free. I have a link in the description. If you need some ideas on how to get clients, I just kind of share some stuff that has worked for me and my wife. So if you want to download that for free, I have that in my description. Let me get this off real quick. This right here is my photography business starter kit. So this is paid. This is $23. So if you are new to photography, right, you want to know the basics of like pricing, the ins and outs of how to build your website, how to get clients, how to make money shooting for free, and other important resources that can help you on your journey if you're just starting out. Check out my starter kit. There's some good content in there. You will get future updates with that too, so keep that in mind. And lastly, join my wait list for my off-camera flash course. It's gonna be fire, trust me. That'll be coming out next year. Waitlist members will be the first to know. Plus, they'll get special bonuses for being on the wait list. So you don't want to miss it. Trust me. If you want to learn this skill, which can help you, this can help you. This learning Flash could be something that could help you book more clients because you've learned a new skill set that improves your photography and helps you stand out. So if you want to learn that, check out the wait list. Link in the description. Okay, we're about to go to this chat one time before I go, and then me and my wife got to head out. Justin Hearn, thanks for coming through, man. Yes, please. Olivia with the emojis. Jay Mitch said, good job on keeping your composure on that call. Much respect for all you and your wife are doing. God bless. Hey, Jay Mitch, what's up, man? I've seen you before. I think on YouTube or Instagram. Thanks for coming through. Yeah, that was kind of weird, man, but it is what it is. You know what it is. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for coming through. I love y'all. 2022 is almost here, man. It's a new year. Let's get hyped, man. It's a new year. That's a new year to get better, man. A new year to do something different. A new year to reach your goals. Real big on motivation, man. You know, I want us all to make it, all have a great next year. We're all going to have a great next year. You got to speak it into existence, right? It's going to happen. You just got to put it in the work. Are you willing to put in the work? Ask yourself that. See, like a lot of people want stuff, but they don't want to put in the work. Are you willing to put in the work, right? We all want these things, but what are you willing to do to get those things, right? Because it's not going to come to you. It's not just going to come to you, right? Clients aren't just going to fall in your lap. You know, your prices, you're not going to wake up one day and be able to charge, I don't know, 5,000 or whatever. Like you got to put in the work and work your way up to these things. It is a grind, but how bad do you want it? You know, you got to be real and honest with yourself, right? Inner work, like we talked about with Mikhail earlier. Do that inner work, and you'll see a big difference for sure. Thank y'all for coming through, man. Love talking to y'all. We're going to be doing these more. Happy holidays to y'all and your families. Hope y'all have a great night.